For over a decade, Bitcoin has reigned as the undisputed king of crypto. It's the brand, the digital gold that institutions flock to through ETFs and hedge funds. But what if the future doesn't belong to store of value speculation, but to utility? What if by 2030, the most important coin isn't Bitcoin at all, but XRP, the asset that quietly positioned itself at the center of the new ISO 2022 financial system? This is the story of how XRP could pull off the impossible and flip Bitcoin to become number one. It begins with the transformation of global finance. By the end of this decade, nearly every major economy will be running on ISO 2022 messaging. This standard doesn't just modernize payments, it creates a universal language for money. Cross-border settlement, tokenized assets, and central bank digital currencies will all speak this same protocol. And at the heart of this system lies a problem. How do you connect trillions of dollars flowing between banks, blockchains, and nations in real time? Bitcoin isn't built for this. Ethereum struggles with costs and congestion, but XRP was designed for exactly this role, a neutral bridge asset with speed, scalability, and near-zero fees. By 2030, XRP's adoption curve could look like this. Ripple's on-demand liquidity, ODL, expands from remittance corridors into full-scale banking operations, processing trillions annually. At the same time, tokenization of real-world assets explodes. BlackRock, Fidelity, and major banks tokenize real estate, bonds, and commodities, unlocking quadrillions in liquidity over the next decade. Those assets need rails to move, and XRP provides them. Central bank digital currencies also arrive in force. Dozens of nations issue CBDCs, but they don't all connect seamlessly. XRP becomes the neutral settlement layer, bridging digital dollars, yuan, euros, and yen. Suddenly, XRP isn't just another altcoin. It's the glue binding the financial system together. Now let's do the math. At current supply levels, for XRP to match Bitcoin's $5 trillion projected market cap by 2030, it would need to trade around $90 per coin. That sounds outrageous, until you realize what adoption at this scale means. Every major bank, every central bank digital currency, and trillions in tokenized assets could be moving across XRP rails. With daily transaction volume in the trillions, $90 is not speculation, it's math. If Bitcoin stalls as a store of value at $5 trillion, and XRP surges past that level as the backbone of global liquidity, XRP flips Bitcoin. Skeptics will say it can't happen. Bitcoin has brand recognition. Bitcoin has the ETFs. Bitcoin has the narrative of digital gold. And that's true. But gold doesn't run the world's payment systems. Gold doesn't move value across borders in 3 seconds. And gold doesn't bridge digital assets at scale. XRP doesn't need to replace Bitcoin's narrative. It needs to build a new one, as the utility-driven asset powering the backbone of finance. If the ISO-powered system chooses function over hype, XRP has the inside track. Of course, this path isn't guaranteed. Regulatory clarity must hold. Partnerships with central banks must deepen. Ripple must continue executing. But the pieces are already on the board. XRP is efficient, green, scalable, and designed for interoperability in a way no other top asset is. And unlike Bitcoin, XRP doesn't just sit in cold storage. It moves. It flows. It works. That's what gives it a chance to be more than a speculative play. So what does 2030 look like if XRP pulls this off? A world where Bitcoin remains a valuable store of wealth, but XRP is the coin that actually runs the machine. Where XRP processes tokenized real estate in New York, bond settlements in London, and CBDC conversions in Tokyo. Where XRP is the bridge every central bank and financial institution relies on to move value instantly across borders. In that world, XRP isn't just competing with Bitcoin, it's surpassed it. And that's how XRP could become number one, not by replacing Bitcoin, but by doing something bigger, by becoming the backbone of the global economy, by pulling off what once seemed impossible, flipping Bitcoin and rewriting the future of money. Please like and subscribe to LTL Productions for more crypto deep dives, insights, and stories. It helps more than you know. Thanks again for supporting the channel.